We are here with the second game in the Creators Invitational. As you can see, there are a fair number of moves already on the board, and the reason for that, sadly, is because hard to hook into this window. So I deeply apologize about that. It just flat out refused over and over and over and over again. So let's see how this game began. Let's see. bish3al is in fact 5Q up against Fairgo at 2-don. We see him opening up with... Ooh, we actually have a bit of a mirror here going on right now. Interesting. bish3al took a variation of the Kobayashi. This, I think, is a little bit too slow. This is saying, you know what, I want to play against you, but I just don't want to fight you, okay? So you just do your thing, and I'm just going to be over here, and I'm not fighting. Just do what you do. I'm going to do what I do, and let's just not fight. Instead, what he should be doing is either going ahead and enclosing, or approaching the 3-4 stone, or setting up a Fuseki for himself. Either of these options would be pretty good for him. But this is a little bit passive. I am not a fan. Not a fan at all. So right away, Fairgo should realize this is a variation of the Kobayashi. So we don't want to approach normally, we want to approach a little bit further behind. However, we see something very interesting here. We see Fairgo approaching on the outside, in the upper left-hand corner, which is inviting black to keep getting a framework. So that's interesting. We could back off here, go into a Chinese with an extension already in place. Could be happy. Not what he wanted to do. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe we could play here right now and turn this all into a pretty good scenario. White does not have the option of doing the exact same thing because Q10 is already on the board. We could actually approach this completely normally because Q6, doesn't really work well with Q10 anymore. We can't really expand on that side. So the framework here wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I think we would probably want to go for a territory variation at this point, which I think black would be pretty happy with, to be honest. Let's see. I have to do one more thing now that I think about it. Anywho. So we have this variation right now, which is a little bit unusual. Clearly, though, we can see what black's trying to do. Black is trying to grab a large area for the top of the board. He's probably better off doing it this way instead. Because then when your opponent links under, you get this variation. And Sente. To go back and play this. Is there a link to the stream? There very well could be. Thank you for asking, Mr. Jean-Luc Picard. So this is, I think, what black is trying to go for. The attachment seems a little bit too aggressive because we're going to create cut points, or not. Well, yeah, this is still going to create a cut point, isn't it? Oh, no, he backed off that way. Okay. I thought he was going to play here, but then no matter what you do, you're giving options for white to fight this and be super, super aggressive, which is why I think the variation that he really wanted to be nice and simple is to play this one. You lose out locally, but that can be okay, as long as you get the influence here. I kind of don't like Q10's position, but it works with what he's wanting to do. This is going to be a little bit awkward, because now white's probably going to hot it here at R6. I'm guessing this is his next move. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I need to find a way to set that up for next time. It's kind of difficult to set up that capture and capture thing because I need to remember to have the game open in 2 different locations. And then the second location has to be on a different browser. So I can mute the system audio of that. Yeah, if you're not hearing the stones like echoing repeatedly forever and ever. Stop going down that variation. Stop it. Oh, the play is on. Okay, that's always confusing. I'm not capturing it on screen, but beneath the board, you've got like forward and back and play. Sometimes when you're flipping through the variations, you hit the play by accident. So no matter where you are, it's just going to keep going through all the variations until you're at the end there, which is a little bit weird. A little bit weird. But white's not sure what he wants to do, which is a little bit odd, because he played S5 fairly quickly. I would have thought he already knew if he wanted to extend here, or play the Hane. This is already bad for white? I'm thinking so, yeah. I'm thinking this is already bad for white. He should have been more than happy, I think, to just link under or something, because this is a little bit awkward. But we'll see what he has in mind. We'll see what he has in mind. Maybe I just do not get what white is trying to do here. Okay, so he did choose the extend out rather than the Hane. Oh, connection issues. Okay, that's why he was hesitating. Fairgo is having connection issues. I see. I got it now. Alright, so I guess we're going to have a cap at R3 now, right? Going to assume that this is probably going to be the next move. Then maybe a solid connection. Back off, and then we're going to play here and get under severe attack. I don't like that very much. This seems really, really good for black. Or, yeah, for black. Could play this, I suppose. But still not that great. N3, but it's kind of no matter what happens and should have sent. I'm not really worried about N3 right now. Right now, I'm just worried about this group not being like a giant hindrance to white's plans. Now, admittedly, black is 5Q, so he may make a misstep here and allow this variation to become pretty okay for white. We'll have to wait and see. Because arguably, I don't like R5. I think that was a little bit of a mistake for black, in light of other options that he could have chosen for himself. So we'll have to see how he planned on handling this out. Let's see. This is the only move? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I like that. I don't think I like that at all, actually. Because it seems like you're just getting influence if you play this variation here, while giving up the corner in Gote. I think we have to disrupt here at R3. I think this is the only move, because it disrupts his base. It forces white to continue trying to live. And if white has to keep doing things like this in order to live, this is going to be really great for white. Or for black, sorry. The reason why I keep getting caught between what color I'm saying when I'm going over a variation is because every move, I'm looking at it from someone else's perspective, and it just kind of throws my head off. So if you've ever wondered why I don't know white from black, now you have the answer. So we'll see we'll see. Fellow 5Don says that this is the only move playable for black right now. But I think I like R3 instead. I do like R3, and I'm still disagreeing with it. I am still disagreeing. I think this lets off white a little bit too easy, because white could play something as simple as R2 and threaten a connection later on. There's nothing you can do about this in Sente. Because even if you poke here, you haven't stopped it, right? So you're going to do what? You're going to drop down? But that's not Sente. So now white can go and, fix himself? So that's not good, right? mean, it's a slow move, but it's a pretty big one. And if black just plays elsewhere, then later on we get to ensure that N3 is fine. There's no problems here. We can connect it up whenever we want. Fellow 5Don says, black is happy if white exchanges this. Black's not going to exchange that. Black's going to play at R2. Black would not play 1. No. Yeah, you're right. He's right about that. That is a greedy move. Oh, that's pretty greedy too. Oh my god. We're agreed. 1 is so much better. One is a lot better here. It doesn't get rid of the Aji. Defending against it is complete Gote. This is risky. I hope he's read this out, because I know I haven't. I did not read this out at all. Does it work? The Hane there is a little bit awkward. Are we protected here with the cuts? I admit, sometimes I fall into habits. Like, I just assume something's not going to work. Because it looks like it shouldn't, so I don't read it, and that's my bad. Let's see. What can we possibly start with? I mean, we can't play this, I don't think, right? Nothing here is going to work. Because we can't descend. So this is clear fail. So we're not going to play this. We could play here. Doesn't seem like too much of an issue, though. Until you get into this. And separate. But that capture is really large. Though admittedly, killing the right-hand side is pretty large, too. I will grant that one. Oh! Sorry, we're here. Where are we? He hung on the inside. Now he's Atari down. Okay. Now what? Black could kill off S5 stones, theoretically. It's not going to be pretty, but he could have. Dropping down again. The Atari is brutal. So it looks like we're looking at this variation. With black playing there. And white just taking, or black just taking those stones. Let's see. Any other way to get around that? Not that I can say. Could have played there instead. Nah. Alright. I'm confused on how this kind of connection should work. I was rather confused about that too. It looks like we're giving things up because we were had a little bit of a bad shape here, right? A lot of Aji in this kind of connection. So it looks like to play this variation, we're giving up these stones in exchange for the outside. Unless we can do something else after the connection here as black, but I don't think we can. Black can go here, and then white could... I don't know. White should play here. Oh, you want to be even more aggressive. Ooh, okay, interesting. Atari left-hand side? Could. Does leave a lot of Aji here. But I guess he has to, huh? Yeah, that could be a thing. If white plays here, though, this is Sente, right? Because white has to take. White can't try to keep low, otherwise the 3 stones here die. I'm not sure if I like this either. So, white turns, black turns. White takes, black gets to Atari. I think I'd rather have taken the outside than this. Rather than just being sealed in the corner here, I think I would have rather given up those S5 stones for the outside. I think white has to play something like here now to keep the influence under control. But we can't, because then the framework kind of starts growing a little bit too quickly, I think. But if we do something about the framework first, then we are allowing an expansion later on. Interesting game. Oh, he is choosing the outside. Okay. I think choosing the outside is right. I think I like the outside choice. Oh, Dragon Fist Gaming says that he likes the other variation a little bit better. What do you guys in chat say? Oh my god, I didn't look at this at all. Okay. I didn't look at S3 to be honest. Does this do something? Connect, descend, take, turn. So he's hoping for this, right? But that doesn't work. That doesn't work, so... Uh-oh. I think black's trying to get a little bit too much. Colossus had a game today? Was it on the calendar? Did I miss a game? Surely not. No, it wasn't on the calendar. Not my fault. It's not my fault if I didn't cast it. Not my fault. I would have covered Colossus's game. He was at Go Club today and played it there? Okay. So unfortunately, white now gets everything when black should have gotten those stones killed. That is a big loss, having the corner and the influence. Oh, that's so. This is okay. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do. Yeah, okay. I think that's at least Sente. So that's something. They are playing in groups, Nomad Farmer. This is tough. How is Black going to respond from here? Does he have enough time to go after a framework after this? After sacrificing, does he have time to go back and play up there? Because he has to, though, right? I mean, he's got to make up the loss. So I think he has to play L17. Maybe go for solid points. You are against a higher player. Solid point enclosure might be a little bit better. You do have the extension from your enclose, I suppose. Black is now in a bit of a tough position. Only question now is what's he gonna do? Is he gonna try to build up, or is he gonna panic and go aggressive and approach? He might drop what he's doing and try to approach at f3. But I don't think this is the right time to try to pick another fight. Yeah, I think we're either going to see a move at p16 or maybe l17. It is playable for Black, but Black's position is taking a little bit of a beating now. White now maintains lead. Variation not so far behind. What are you envisioning there? You're envisioning taking L17. Yep, having to bet everything on potential. I think you are still... he's attacking going to f3. That's a bit of an issue. Really? White's pincering to give up his corner? I don't know about that. I don't think I'm a fan of this. No, you're playing too fast, Black. Framework first, framework first. Please, go back into your framework. Please go back into your framework. I think this exchange is a little bit too fast. I'm not sure about this pincer either. This is one of the rare situations where you can actually consider kicking and having it be viable. Because you get sensei to ensure that your opponent never makes that framework that he needs to come back into the game with. Instead you give up sensei. That was a little bit too fast. I think if Black had followed up by playing the Chinese now, White would regret his decision a bit. Because all he's really doing is trying to, like, make this area, like, in here, right? That seems to be, like, White's goal. Because this one here isn't really worth very much. Because of the lovely little attachment still at H2. So we don't really know if White's getting any territory down in here. It's really over, like, on this area that we're trying to develop. And I don't think that's enough considering Black's now attempting to develop, like, all of here. Oh my god, how do I get rid of that? Okay, there we go. So we have this. He got his enclosure. Pinsert, okay. Separation a little bit too greedy. I think we actually want our opponent to, how do I like, there. I think we actually, probably should have connected here. This might give away slightly too much. Yeah, like here you've got to connect. So I don't think you want to play here. You will not be happy. So what, you're going to connect? Giving away more territory? I mean, admittedly, you got an area you can grow here, but this is something will live in this. I don't care how large this looks, something will live in here. If a group only needs to live, it will live. Dragonfist Gaming was thinking something like P15. What's P15? How do I like get back to P15? Where was the comment even? I can't actually like... Oh, like this, I guess. For white, I guess? I guess he's thinking about P15, this move here, just for white? To reduce? Or throwing in? And dropping down? What is going on? Oh my god. bish3al. Wow, what are you doing? He's sacrificing these 2 stones. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I am now scared for bish3al's life. I don't think I like G19. G19 just helped defend this. While leaving the Atari here still. I think G19 might have been bad. I think just taking here is okay because we still have to see that move. And now we can go off and see other things. But G19 is more fancy. Yeah, G19 is certainly fancy. That's the first hint that you're doing something bad in Go. If someone's like describing your moves as fancy and you're like not a professional, might be a problem. Might be a problem. Maybe you're playing a good move. Maybe you're playing a good move. But usually we need to like get back to playing simple. Because we're still learning the basics. Arguably as amateurs, we are still very much learning the basics. Okay, so we're going to try to push now. Alright. Gotta see if we can get all those weaknesses back. Nicely covered. I think we'll be okay. Obviously, he's going to have to play at E15. Then we're going to see the connection. This can't be done. Those stones now have to try to live on the inside? Ooh, I don't know if I like that. Plus, with this extra extension, moves like G17 are being activated for white. Alright, so this is an interesting game. I'm going to create... review this game. Yeah, alright. I've got a review of this game now, so you can actually, like, see what I'm showing.
Cool.
If you
Yeah,
want to
that's
join
good.
that. You both are. No, yes, you are. Okay, cool. So, yeah, interesting game. The opening. I thought this was a little bit passive for black, but not terrible. What I was really surprised at was this move by white. It seems that you're both trying to initiate a framework game. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was mainly trying to just like create a framework and then invade at some point later.
Is that what you wanted to do as well? There, bish3al?
I mean, yeah, with the placement of Q10, I think I've already committed myself to, talking about frameworks. And then the C14 stone was almost like, okay, that's what we're doing now.
Alright then. Well, you guys are in complete agreement then. This is not bad. I thought I also expected to see a move like L17 to complete the framework. Mm-hmm. Were you going to enclose this now, or were you going to try to set up your own as well, or what was your thought here if black did take that?
I was gonna play probably R8 or something.
R8 or something. Oh, okay. Let's see, black approaches. Now, this I was a little bit surprised at. Usually when we see black wanting to get the outside, we see the small knight, and then a simple connection here. I'm not familiar with the attachment at R5.
Pretty sure that was a recent invention by me.
Oh, sweet. We are inventing new Joseki then.
Well, I wouldn't claim for it to be a Joseki.
It still needs more study.
I think many Joseki needs more study by myself, so I sort of just play what I feel. And, this felt like, okay, I have the Q10 stone. I really want the right side now. So I figured we'd see where that went.
I don't think R5 was that bad actually, because yeah, he does have Q10. So if I were to just like extend with Q4, then something like 1 second.
I mean, I'm assuming you're referring to this, but I think this would be pretty good for white.
He gets Sente, so.
But you did take his. You did keep your corner. You've got 4th and 3rd line territory, and this isn't that strong a position just yet. In my opinion, anyway. I would have played here something a little bit more normal. That's just me. Because as long as white's not tricked, the thing with that variation, as long as white's not tricked into playing here, it's pretty good, because this would be a little bit too good for black. As long as white's aware that the correct response is to pull back here at 4, then the sequence ends. There's Aji for both players, and we can continue on with the game. This I thought was a bit odd. Black played here. I expected the clamp though. Any particular reason why you didn't clamp here?
I was going to, but I thought that I actually thought white's attempt to connect at P3 was not going to work, so I just didn't clamp.
Well, it's not a question. It's not a question about you preventing him from being able to connect. It's also about keeping him unsettled here, because if he plays this, for example, he still needs an extension, but now he's attacked on a little bit too harshly, I think. I don't think white would be happy with this. So the question is, what do we play in oops? So the question is, what do we play instead? Do we just connect, but we still have to go through almost the same variation? So I wasn't sure what white was going to do here.
Previous one, you could play P2 and then remove black space.
I'm sorry, what? Is it possible to give you control? Yes, it is. Oh, okay. It's left click? Left click. Okay, give control. There you go. You can show what you're talking about.
Okay, so I was thinking, if this is what happened,
Mm-hmm.
I could do this first.
Oh, yeah.
And then you jump out like that.
Definitely. Yeah, I expected a fight similar to this actually occurring in the game.
But now it doesn't seem very nice for black, does it?
I think it's not too terrible, because black coming out affects two groups. Affects both the the one over here, as well as the one on the other side. So I thought it would have been not terrible. Anyway, let's say you jumped out. I'm surprised at this one. I thought you were just going to descend here because there's no way to block you from connecting up in Sente. Like if you place here, you can still connect. If it drops down, then you can go off and do whatever you want and protect your stone.
Yeah, I did think about R2.
Yeah, this I didn't read out at all.
I didn't either. I just played it.
That is some really great comp. Like, you know what? This seems like a good move to me. I'm going to take it. I like that confidence in a tournament. Here, you were so close. If you just played here, you'll actually get a couple of stones for yourself. Actually, no. Kill that. We can do a little bit better. We can get rid of these and then go off and kill those two stones.
Ah, that's what I missed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was expecting him to just take those stones because I really wanted to play H17, get back up. So ending in Gote here was not really.
Yeah.
Even though I did get everything that was there, but
I think it's totally worth the Gote. It's like a ginormous corner.
I think here, much as I don't want to do it, I think playing this and going into your framework is probably your best bet.
Yeah, I was thinking about one.
Force me
But
to.
then the bottom left was huge. If he somehow makes the corner difficult.
Yeah, but you did just take a bit of a loss in lower hand and the bottom side. So unless we have our own development that we can fall back on, then I think we're going to be out of the game anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So right now it's just a question of, what's his next move going to be, and let's just play from here. It's like, is he going to take a large move? If so, then you can either do either the building that we saw in the actual game, or invasion, depending on what you judge the score to be. This I was worried about. Though I didn't like that. I thought I was going to see the kick here, because I would just want Sente, so I can deal with the top before the framework gets in place. And I'm willing to give him a base here in order to see that the framework is never built on top of the board. That
sounds like a good idea. I was pretty happy to get the corner here.
I was a little bit worried about. Sorry, what?
The shoulder hit. I don't really play that not much at all, really. Because back when I was like a Q player, I had some really bad experiences with the shoulder hits.
Yeah, here I was worried about what White's development was going to come to here, because it looks like we're just trying to. Because I can use this. No, actually, no, I don't. I know how to get rid of it. Is that how to get rid of it? The erasing tool? Let's just say A. Whatever. Because like you can develop A still, but B is a bit undercut after H2, so I wasn't seeing as B as being development. It's just all in A. So I thought if Black backs off here into a framework, we're actually going to have a pretty interesting game again.
Right, I was like this. No, L17 instead of P17. So like play E13, then D12, then instead of P17, M7, L17.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. It was actually kind of funny because we were talking in the chat about before the game began. Was it before the game began? Maybe during. I don't remember. On how the Chinese is a sure win strategy. Like over and over again in this game, we're like, well, probably the best move is falling back into the Chinese. So it kind of lined up perfectly with what we were talking about. This was aggressive.
I didn't read this out, so I think I should have just played H15 here. Instead of going for it, like Eastern, because I had no real reason to, go for it.
Yeah, coming out is usually better, yeah.
And then either he defends like at F18 or something, or he also jumps out. But I can always come back to that later, so.
Yeah, I would imagine the jump out.
Yeah.
This, I thought you were going to go back and connect now.
I was gonna do that, but then I changed my mind.
Yeah, you did something crazy. What
I
was
thought,
this?
okay, so I am behind, like mega behind. So
Right.
I just needed to do
Well,
something.
I don't think you're that behind at this point.
Yeah. I mean,
Maybe
you
a
are...
bit, but still, it's playable.
I feel like I'm at least 20 points behind with that corner.
I think you are a little bit behind, but I don't think
Not 20.
we...
I don't think 20.
I don't think we need to go into extremes like this just yet. Not unless we're absolutely certain that we can get some kind of attack going here. Because this descent... was very
Actually,
spirited.
E16 in place of H18.
E16 instead of H18. Instead of that, let's play... Ah, yeah.
Take
Yeah, I
that
thought-
first and then.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take because of that, too.
Yeah. I misread that.
Hmm.
And yeah, that was a mistake. That was a terrible misread.
I mean, you have the influence, but now you're really in trouble because you've just given up a lot more territory.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I
then
would
if
like
I
to
had
say...
connected in the first place, would I still have been able to keep some of that territory or prevent it from going to white?
Yeah.
The E16.
Yeah, if you did that, you should have been okay. I mean, even here would have been okay, because he'd be connecting back here, and then you'd turn.
I see.
Let's see, where's the actual variation? There. Here, he's either going to connect or play... Yeah, he's probably going to connect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or D18 too.
And then, well, I mean, do I attach H16 now?
H16? No, you probably keep him out of your corner, I would think.
The corner feels undercut from two sides.
You
It's
could either
like,
play here or play this. Either...
just to keep white unsettled.
Yeah.
But white's going to jump into the center, and now the Moyo is kind of moot.
True, but you might be able to develop while he's jumping into the center, as long as you're careful with your other group, because any... go away, black. Any jump out here, if he follows...
Right.
Or if you follow, rather, then you're kind of developing. But I do agree that it's not an optimal position for
I
you.
think H16 is fine. Instead of taking corner.
H16 is fine instead of taking corner.
It's
Oh.
still almost too, like, going in too strong with the whole Moyo strategy. Like, a fine reduction point, and white might just be able to make the H16 stone not very effective, I feel.
Mm. I'd be a
Because
little
now
bit
with
worried
the
about
corner,
this.
White is good.
Be a little bit worried about this because of the potential follow-up. Because we can't descend again in Gote. So are we just like giving up B16 later?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good point.
Though we could keep trying to develop here. We've got a few forcing moves here and there, and no, that's just way too much. We can't expect anything to like grow out of this. It's too far away.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, probably actually inducing the white jump and then jumping to K15 feels more practical.
so maybe we can play this to try to break the connection underneath later on, and then go back here. I don't know. Very tough game though from this point on, I think.
Yeah.
But a very interesting one nonetheless. And here, yeah, I agree. After that mistake, this is probably definitely a time to resign. Did any of you have any questions about the game or comments you wish to make?
I think that pretty much covers it.
All right.
Yeah,
Then.
I'm good. Thanks a lot for the commentary and review.
Mm-hmm. All right then, Fairgo. Congratulations on your win.
Thanks.
Look forward to seeing how you do further down and along in the tournament. What's your bracket like? I have no idea. Do you?
I have Peter in my bracket and Monk.
Oh, Monk. Okay. I remember Monk. He's crafty. You gotta be careful of that guy. But alright. Good game to you both. bish3al, sorry that you weren't able to win. But
Don't worry about it.
now you get to enjoy watching the rest of the tournament, and that will
Right.
be fun too.
Uh-huh.
But all right, thanks for stopping by and giving thoughts on your game. I will see you two around. Take care.
Bye-bye.
And that concludes Game 2. Game 3, according to the schedule, is going to be on the 10th. That's the next one that I'm aware of, anyway, I think. Yeah. Next game will be on the 10th at 2. Oh, crap. Okay, we actually have an interesting situation on the 10th, don't we? We've got one game. We have Nick Sabicki versus the Duda at 11 p.m. OGS, which I think. Let's see. I think that's 9 p.m. for me, which is immediately after my lecture. So I might bump my lecture entirely in order to cover Nick's game. Yeah, I may have to do that. Just to ensure that I don't, run overtime. Yeah, just to ensure I don't run overtime. And I'm nicely prepared and set up for Nick's game. And I have a co-caster and all that stuff. Maybe see if I can get Andrew Jackson to co-cast Nick's game. That could be kind of fun. I'll have to see if he's around for that. But alright. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. I will, of course, see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.